Cyberpunk Red, and this session, Sortie rather, will be entitled Redlights Off. Last session, the group had attained some currency through a transaction with an individual named Anna, a Militech exec, who is paying for the biochip. Biochip has been surrendered, and 100,000 eddies in coin have been secured, and promised payment in future over the course of a series of months, due to the fact that moving 800,000 eddies in quick succession would be broadcast pretty noticeably. And it appears that Anna is going against the corporation in this transaction. That said, there was a surprise call. Shit went down fast. Group had to move. Shootout ensued with some apparently scavs and rando punks. Pretty dire firefight. Grenades were had by some. Ultimately, they didn't make it in time, and their netrunner friend, Redlight, had been jacked into and put on ice through data shards and put it in their neuralware network while they were connected to the net. That said, Zigzag found a weird connection between that individual's basement apartment and another facility, a Militech facility, apparently some sort of server room, and they were fucked up pretty hard by gunfire. Some of them spent some time in some cryo tanks. Some of them spent some time just being about. Zach, ultimately, I think they're all chomping at the bit. They want to know how much they're being paid, and you're the one who ultimately needs to divvy out the money since you are the fixer.
I thought we went over this at the end of last session.
Great. If everybody knows how much money they have, then great. I don't need to worry about it. It's not something I need to think about.
Yeah, we should have already covered that. No? Anyone have questions between the three
You
of
gave
you?
us 100k per month for a certain amount of months. Is that right?
No.
Or was it 80?
No, 10k.
80.
You have 10k
80.
right now, totaling 80k after the next 7 months. So I gave you 10k right now. You have 10k that you can play with. Do whatever the fuck you want.
Super.
But you'll get another 10k every month for the next 7 months, totaling a final payout of 80k. Does that make sense?
It does. Thank you.
When's our next job?
I'll let you know.
So it's been a week. It's been about a week, and we're all healed up. Is that the idea?
Yeah, you guys would probably be communicating via text, however you want to play it. I genuinely am not dropping any leads on you or anything. I'm letting you kind of riff here. So if there's anything in particular you want to do, feel free to throw it out. Nothing's too stupid, unless it's Stan's idea.
Nice.
Some of us wanted to kind of get some cyberware and think about some armor and stuff like that. Is that stuff handled out of game or do it in game?
So we can deal with that now. Mostly cyberware would be handled in downtime due to the fact that surgeries require you to kind of go under the knife. Also, if you're scheduling major surgeries, which happen at hospital facilities, Tark can't do them. Tark can do clinical access. It's the highest he can kind of get. He has access to a clinic. It's not his. It's his friend Jace's. But he does not have hospital access. So that would be something that you would either have to get Tark or find someone who has that access. And
You want a hospital access for.
if you're familiar with how getting doctor's visits in America works, you can kind of get an idea as to what an elective surgery might deal with time-wise. It's not a walk in and, hey there, champ, looking like you want some major surgery to get some muscle and bone lace grafted into you. Well, just jump up on the bed. It's not like a video game.
Are you telling me I don't have my muscle and bone lace right now? Because if so, I can deduct it.
Did you MLB? Did you get the muscle and bone lace?
Dude, I'm going straight to psychosis if I
No,
can't
no,
get.
sorry. I did not see that in something that you had mentioned. I had tried to sway you away from major surgeries by telling
No,
you
dude,
about
Tark is
linear frames.
addicted.
No,
He is so
you
addicted
would not
to
be able to get hospital
augmentation.
access in the short
Okay.
window that was present.
Well, that's what I'm actively pursuing. Can I, since I've already rolled my 46, can I keep that 12 for humanity loss and
Yeah,
then just
well,
be
you just
pursuing
don't
that?
lose it now. If you do get
Yeah,
around
yeah,
into the
yeah.
surgery, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you're calling around and trying to use your contacts, you would find that the earliest available kind of entry to surgery would be looks like it would be 9 days from the end date of your healing process.
Okay.
So not
Cool.
anytime soon, and that would just be to get under the knife, and then the healing time would be sometime after that.
Right, and that's through Jace's docs too, right? Like it's
It'll be in
underground.
Biotechnica, but
Okay.
it's
But they can't know it's me.
no, they will know it's you. So
I can't do that. I need
then,
to talk to Jace. I can't.
well,
Can't know
no,
it's me.
yeah, Jay says he can get you under the knife, but it's gonna be Biotechnica because he is still,
Right.
very much affiliated.
I need a new ID.
He says I can't. I mean, that's not. I'm not a fixer. Who are you talking to?
All right. All right.
Go handle your business somewhere
I'll
else.
figure out a new biometric.
He says if you give me the docs, I can get you under the knife. Period. That's how it's gonna go.
Biometric I won't ever wake up from anesthesia.
No, you probably wouldn't. But yeah, you probably want to figure that out before you start going around. But
Okay.
as far as medical facilities, Biotechnica can do it, but it's not their specialty. You would probably want to find someone in trauma because they're kind of the best when it comes to actual medical processes. And if you do engage in that process, you're basically being put in a lottery, and they can randomly tell you at the end of each week, if you are available or not. You would know that waiting list can last upwards of 3 months.
I need a new ID. I need new biometrics. I'm gonna talk to Zigzag. See if I can get myself a new hand.
Have that conversation.
Let's send him up in my agent. Hey Zigzag, what's up?
Bonjour, mon ami. It's been quite a while. How are
No, I'm itching. I'm itching for something new. I need a lot of things from you, man. Can you hook me up?
you? This is quite vague. Would you perhaps like to meet for a meal?
Hey, that sounds great, man. What do you want? I'll cook. I'll buy. What do you need?
You say you cook, yeah?
I cook for you.
You make, you say, you do dinner, I bring the wine?
Yeah, mon ami.
I shall meet you this evening.
Oh my god.
Hey, meet me in my studio.
I
Yes, I
stand.
shall do. Let's say, so, I don't know, 6 p.m.?
Sounds great. I'll see you then.
I
Or
stand
wow.
this relationship.
I'll get everything set up, man. Candles, like literally legit, like chill music. Fuck, I'll put on. I don't know. What the fuck is Zigzag like?
So, anyways,
Smooth jazz.
Smooth jazz.
Hey, G.
same day as you're prepping that, Shaker, haven't gotten too much in the way of anybody kind of reaching out to you for gigs lately. A lot of people, when you ask them if they have any jobs or anything, they seem to basically say the same thing. I don't know, except for Zigzag. If you message Anika, if you message Grease, whatever, they'll basically say, "It sounds like you've been through a lot. Go ahead and just I'll reach out to you if I need you, but it sounds like you need some rest time."
And from that, do I get the sense that they don't think I'm up to it, or what?
No, you would know that if people have been paying attention and have asked questions about you, you have been down a couple of times in the recent history. So most fixers aren't going to put in a wounded dog when they can find a fresh one on the streets.
It's always, what have you done for me lately? I would message Zigzag and ask him if he can hook me up with some armor, either some flak or some Metal Gear, maybe even. My armor was shot to shit.
You gonna call me in character, bitch?
Bring, bring.
Bonjour.
You hear my phone going click, 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 bring.
Bonjour.
Rotary? Oh, Zigzag, how are you, friend?
I am well. I'm sure I'm much better than you after the last time we met. We.
We all serve a role, don't we?
This is one way to go about yes.
Have Eddie's burning a hole in my pocket. Wanted to get some new armor to be ready for the next gig.
I see. You're itching to spend this newfound wealth, yes.
You know, that's the way that you keep me on the line, right?
This is why I like you. I shall make some phone calls, perhaps once I get another special put together. I shall let you know.
That would be great. Before any next major job, I would like to.
Oh, of course, of course. I would never expect you to go, unarmed. Oui?
Yeah, and while you're thinking of that, I'm sure my friend Salt would want something to help him out too, maybe.
Another party for the whole crew? The second.
Yeah, yep.
The second crew is easy. It just may take a day or two.
Shopping party.
Keep the agent close. I shall send the details when I have him.
Thank
Hey
you.
Zigzag, I would also send you a text saying bring some glass and some Coke.
Thumbs up emoji.
Cool.
Where are you at, Zigzag, while you're doing all this setup?
I imagine I'm in the office.
Okay. You would know that Anika's out, and her rep has the day off today. It being, let me see, what was the total number of days after your downtime? Total of 4?
So depending on, I guess it would be depends on when Jace got me out of the tank.
So that's
Once he got me out of the tank, I would have put Shaker in it.
That's really fun because tomorrow in game is Halloween. It's a pretty interesting factoid. But yeah, it is a Monday. It is the 30th of October. But that said, Zigzag, you're in the office. You know you're basically alone. And you hear somebody kind of rumbling around in the front of the office. You don't know who it is. It might be Anika or the front person whose name always escapes me. But do you go and check it out or just stay back where you're at?
If I'm done with my conversation with Annie, I'm gonna hang up my agent with Shaker and go check it out. Why not?
Okay.
Could be a job.
You see, standing in the room and kind of turning to look at you, and you only see her for a flash of a second here, a woman wearing black leather armor. She has holsters kind of hanging down from her arms with what appear to be like automatic light SMGs inside the holsters there under her arms. Her hair is kind of like in a bob, like black cut, like really sleek and shiny looking. Her face is kind of pale white. Her eyes are kind of bright pinkish red, and she kind of turns and looks at you. And in that flash of seeing her, you then watch as she zips across the hallway towards you. You feel a cold hand press against your neck, lift you up off of your feet. You can make a dodge check if you'd like to try to evade.
Nah, I'll let her grab me.
Lifts you a good 3 feet off of the ground and slams you against the drywall. You can feel it break against your back. Take 1 point of damage as she presses you against it. She looks at you and she says, "Where's Shaker?"
Oh shit. Don't
He's
say.
not in this office. It's just me.
She kind of holds you there for a second. She starts reaching through your pockets. She seems to be rifling through your stuff, and she pulls out your agent.
I have an internal agent. She
Oh.
can't pull anything off me.
That might be a little bit more difficult. Okay. So she starts reaching around in your pockets, and she says, "Where's your phone?"
I do not have a phone on me. I believe I...
She starts kind of looking at your ear. She throws you down to the ground so that you kind of sprawl down on your knees and hands, and you feel her kind of come over top of you on the back, and you hear the sound of a wire coming out of her, and then you can feel it being forced into your neck.
Can I try and fight that?
Yeah, you can dodge if you'd like at that point.
Is that evasion, right?
Evasion, yeah.
Ooh.
As you kind of slip your arm forward and kind of try and lead down, you can feel her elbow come down on your shoulder blade, pressing your breast against the ground, your chest area against the ground, and you feel her hand kind of force down into your neck, and you feel it jack in. And she
still hit.
She kind of keeps you down there for a second, and she says, "Unlock it for me, or I'll do it myself."
You are quite the entertainment.
Less talking, more unlocking.
I don't know, man. A 9 on the die.
I'll let her do it herself.
I don't think you're gonna let her do anything.
Okay. As you kind of just don't do anything and you kind of just resist, you feel your arm pulled back up. You can make an evasion check if you want to again.
Not that it's gonna do much good, but
You might be able to beat her. I rolled really good on the first one.
it's an 18.
You didn't, though. I did beat you by 2. She pulls your arm up behind your back and wrenches it upwards in kind of like a jacklock. Take 9 points of hit point damage. And she kind of snaps your arm, almost entirely breaking it. And she says, "You're wasting my fucking time. Unlock it."
I have another out.
Bring her over too.
You hear a... Okay. You can make an evasion check if you'd like. Okay. You feel her start to pull upwards, and you can feel like if she gets the force on it, she's going to rip your arm out of the socket. You kind of twist your wrist and pull it downwards, kind of rolling out from underneath her and kind of tumbling up in front of her. The second you do so, she's got the guns up already, and she's pointing them at you. Do you want to go into combat mode, or do you want to surrender more? Your call. It's entirely up to you.
Before I make my next move, I just want to throw the hands up real quick and be like, "You kill me, you gets nothing."
She's still got the guns trained on you. I can pull it out of your corpse.
Threaten delete to the data. Delete the data.
Is there any way I can use the internal agent to get rid of it while I'm in the standoff?
Yeah, if you want to do so without drawing attention to it, go ahead and make a stealth roll.
I'm gonna add.
Luck?
Yeah. That resets, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you should have. This should be brand new. Yeah.
So I'm gonna put 4 into this.
Go with it.
So that's a 17.
Okay. You see her kind of wait for a second, and you kind of close your eyes and kind of exhaustedly kind of sigh, and you're faking kind of like the sighing part as you kind of twitch the eye to secure the locks, and you are deleting Shaker from your agent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
She moves over to you, and she replaces the cord into your neck, if you allow her.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm getting that resigned, alright, you could put a bullet in my head and take it out anyway, it's done. That's the look I'm giving her.
So, the great part about the internal agent is you're basically, when someone takes your phone away and starts kind of messing with it, you can not really see what they're doing. But since it's inside of your head, you're watching what she's doing as she's inside of your agent, tampering with it through the interface plugs. And you watch as she takes all of your contacts, every single one of them, looks at them, and very quickly slides them to the side, pulling them into her own neural web processor. And she kind of looks at you, pulls the plug out of your neck, looks down at you. Still holding a gun in one hand, idly.
If you want to joke me again, I had a good time with that.
Love it.
She lifts the gun up, she puts it against your head, and she pulls the trigger.
No!
Do you have a reflex of 8 or higher?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh no.
All right.
Oh god.
Hey, John.
Hold on a second. Sorry.
Nope.
He's
seven.
my
tagged to my
God.
trauma team. He is tagged to my trauma team.
No, you can't put non.
Yes, you can.
So where did you say this? When did you mention this to me
It's
before?
it's in my fucking it's in my character.
Yeah, but you could
Like legit, like I am protecting him.
Okay, that's
He is
fine.
my money.
Regardless, so with that gunshot, she's going to be doing 15 points of damage to your head. Actually, no, sorry, 18 points of damage to your head. What's your armor, Jack?
11.
Okay. This weapon is armor piercing, so it's going to cut half of that. So it'll be 6. And then, so what did I say? 17, so it'll do 11 times 2 is 22. And I rolled 2 6s, so this will also be a serious injury to the head. Hold on a second.
Which total HP? Total HP.
You should have like
40 was what I started with. I've already lost 10, so whatever. If this is 30
Well, you
or
would've-
more,
You would have been able to heal that 10 before that. Oh, no, I dealt that 10 to you
you
in the
just
fight.
took already by breaking my arm and choking me out, bro.
Sorry, she's a bit vicious. She wants what she wants.
It is what it is. I played my character.
100%.
Shit.
And I played
I gotta
mine.
make a new one. I gotta make a new one.
I feel so bad about this. It's all on me.
But to let you know, I rolled randomly on the chart to see who she would be gunning for, and it was you.
I'm probably the most visible target out of the
It
three
made-
of us.
When I rolled it, I kind of said it made sense, but yeah.
Yeah.
What am I looking for? Oh, it's injury.
So you
once
said
have
that
you have a
did
major injury, you could
22
have more
total.
than half of your HP.
Right?
Yeah, 22. Page 187. I should remember that easily. 187 is the cop call sign for murdery. Alright, critical injury to the head. Go ahead and roll me 2d6.
5 and a 6, totaling 11.
Just the result. Alright, she kind of, when she puts the gun against your head, you kind of move to the side and she pulls the trigger. It hits you in the throat. You kind of fall backwards and kind of slam onto the ground. If you'd like, I think deception is a skill. Or
Deception?
Yeah.
Not under social skills.
Is there anything that would be kind of like an analogy, an analogous?
Stealth.
Stealth is what we got. If you want to fake like you're dead, you can go ahead and do that.
Or streetwise? No, it'd be
No.
perception. Nope, it's stealth.
Regardless, the shot crushes your windpipe. You cannot
Acting
speak.
skill.
And your base
Okay.
death save penalty is increased by 1.
I'm gonna throw my last 3 luck points into this too.
Okay. So 18. Okay. She shoots you. The bullet kind of cut through your throat, and you drop to the ground. You can feel this kind of strange entry of air into your lungs coming from a different source, and it's kind of like a wet air that seems to be coming in. As you kind of lay there, you kind of go, "Don't breathe," and you kind of hold yourself. And she kind of is standing over you for a second, and then you can hear her boots kind of moving away from you, as the red kind of takes you for a second, and you kind of watch in a haze. Like, you also have like stars kind of coming in from the outside from the force of the blow. Like, there's just a lot kind of going on, and all you can hear is this ringing from the gunshot. But you watch as she exits the office. Laying there, you know you can move. You can still operate. You are seriously injured, so you have a -2 to all your checks, and you also have you are unable to speak.
Can you do anything with your agent without speaking?
You can text.
I am going to send a text to Salt.
Okay, because you couldn't send one to Shaker because you don't have.
Because I
a contact
deleted it.
information.
Yep. Text to Salt. Shaker's being targeted. I need you to get to him now.
Where are you at, Shaker?
I guess I'm in my apartment, trying to heal up a little bit, right?
Okay. Yep. And you are in Mega Building, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm not sure. Yeah, there would there have been time to do what I suggested, like maybe pay off some Valentinos to keep a lookout for me.
Yeah, I
Something
mean,
like that.
yeah, if you're throwing money their way, they're, gonna treat you. I mean, they do have a protection racket in their region, so
Yeah.
they're definitely keen on cash. I'd say probably somewhere in the neighborhood of like 500 eddies would probably do you for the month with them.
Yeah, that's great. Done.
And yeah, um, they also say if you want to throw in another 500 in, if anybody comes around asking about you, they'll let you know.
Done.
Okay. And Salt, you get your text. Where are you at?
Actually, I was out car shopping because I wanted to get a new cool
Okay, let's do that.
SUV.
Let's do that. Let's do that in time. So you go to a car salesman. The car salesman, they don't have a lot because there really isn't space for that kind of shit in Night City. Instead, they have kind of like a showroom. And it's one of those buildings where, like it's actually in the side of a building, but it's got like the multi-level where they have like the cars like slotted in the corner of the building. And you can see like they've got like the chroma effect lights kind of going in there, kind of like highlighting the cars. It's really, fancy looking. And you kind of go in, it's kind of like, white tile, white ceilings, white walls, glass, everything. And this guy kind of walks over to you and he's like, well, hey, welcome to, what real life corporation for car sales or for cars is like kind of what you're thinking in your mind.
I'm looking for like a Range Rover or something really cool, big like that.
Who makes a Range Rover?
Right?
Range Rover makes Range Rover.
Is Range Rover a company?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
It's
fucking great.
It's based out of London.
It sure is. Range
Lexus
Rover.
Lexus Rover or something.
Okay. So yeah, the huh. Sorry, just quickly checking some Cyberpunk nonsense. There's an Arasaka Kuma Land Rover, but Arasaka doesn't operate stateside anymore. Funny stuff. Okay, so you go in, and the name of the company will be Lexus Rover, or I can't think of anything else. Lexus Rover, hyphenated.
That's cool.
And he says, "What are you looking for? Looking for something sharp?"
Yeah, I'm looking for something that I do a lot of traveling, and I like to have enough room for me and all my friends and all of our luggage. And I'm just kind of looking to see what you have. I'm looking, not necessarily new. If you have anything that's been leased out or something, but is in still good shape, something like that.
Oh yeah, sure. Sure. He starts kind of moving through a lot. You can see most of the stuff out here is like street cars, city cars, stuff like that. And I've got cats. Hold on a second. Oh god.
All right. I do lots of like off-road stuff, so something that could really handle the, you know.
So the company you would have gone into is Mizutani, and he says, "Okay, yeah, sure, something like a off-roader. What are you planning on going out in the wastes, or?"
Yeah, I've got free time sometimes, and that's just one of the hobbies I like to go out in the wastes. It
Sure.
can be a little dangerous, but
Sure, sure, sure. Well, we have been competing a bit with Thornton lately, so we are doing a number of different kind of off-roading vehicles, like what you're saying, just back here in this showroom, and he kind of leads you into a subsection of the area there, and you can see that the vehicles in question that he's showing you are very sporty, very sports car like, but it looks like one of them's kind of done up like kind of a drag race kind of vehicle with a spoiler on the back, engine kind of popped out the front. There are no windows on the vehicle. It's all kind of armor plated. And you would know that that means it's smart glass, which means that when you kind of sit inside, the panels inside show you as if it were a window what's outside. Um, and he says, "This is a pretty new model. It's called the Coyote, and it's pretty good. It may not have all your seating requirements; only seats four, but pretty decent storage space here in the front." Kind of walks over to the front of the vehicle, pops the hood, and instead of there being an engine there, as you would expect, it's just empty trunk space. And as you kind of walk around the vehicle, you would note that the engine appears to be in the back, and yeah, so does the chew receptor. So, looking at it, it's not bad. And as he's kind of talking about the specs, you get a text on your phone, and it's from Zigzag.
All right, I would look at it, and then I'd get a really shocked look on my face, but I would try to remain calm, and I'd be like, "Oh darn, it's work again. I'm gonna have to come back. Could we put a bookmark on this?" And I'd wink.
Sure, I got all your details. I'm prepared to sell you whenever you go. Just please don't head over to Quadra, because yeah, yeah, don't head over to Quadra. All right, bye. And you can see that there's a manager kind of standing over there, watching him.
Yeah. As I'd walk out of the building, I'd pick up my agent, and I don't even know if I'd have to pick it up, but I'd have a call, and I'd be like, call Shaker.
Okay.
Bring, bring, bring.
Hello.
Hey, buddy, what's going on?
Not much. I was just telling Zigzag about you a little while ago, and we're trying to get a buy of some weapons and armor. But you might
All
be
right,
interested.
cool. Hang on a minute. I just got a text from Zigzag saying that you're being targeted. So I want you to very nonchalantly and carefully to exit your building, grab a weapon if you can, and I'll meet you down. I'll pick you up. Actually, go 2 blocks to the east. I'll pick you up outside of that old abandoned shop there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, got it. By the old ramen place.
Yeah, be careful, man. Be careful. Keep your head down.
They had really good ramen there too.
Okay. You pop out and meet up, right? No problems?
Yeah, I'd also asked about security for my apartment. I didn't see anything in the book about that, so I'm not sure what the deal is.
Okay.
If that's
Hold on.
something that could happen. Like enhanced security systems.
Sure. Home Security 2045, page 217.
Thank you.
You can buy net architecture, add passwords, control nodes, and files, and all sorts of black ice and other programs.
Super. I'll look into it.
Yep. There's also observation cameras, tanglefoot flooring, electrical flooring, laser. Actually, I would say start on page 213. Yeah. Slit floors, stun panels, sleep gas elevators, you name it, it's in there.
Beautiful. Okay, we'll work on that later. But yep. So I'm gonna go out as quietly as I can, back way, and meet up with him.
Yeah, no
Hey,
problems. He gets in the car. Salt, are you driving anywhere in specific?
So Shaker would say, what happened? Who told you?
I got a text from. It was a text, right?
Yeah.
I got a text from Zigzag that you were in danger, and so that's why I came to get you. But what I'm wondering is, usually Zigzag will elaborate a little bit more, and it seems kind of weird that he just texted me that. So I'm wondering if there's anything going on with him.
Well, if
But
he knows, he's probably. Why don't you head there?
Should we head there, or that's probably where the person is? Who would be looking for you, by the way?
So, sit back. I have a story to tell you, and then I would tell him the story of Black Megan and
Yeah.
our love gone wrong, and now she wants to kill me, and she apparently is a kind of a bigwig in a gang. Is that right, John?
Yeah, and a professional killer, one of the best
Yeah.
in Night City.
So that was bad.
Wow, you might want to lead with that with your new.
Give you up, she's saying in the song. Our song was never going to give you up.
Quick cut from you gentlemen's Dan, were you planning on going to Zigzag, or was Zigzag coming to you?
No, he was meeting me at my 2-bedroom apartment.
Okay.
Or
So
I think it's a studio. It's actually a studio.
And you were planning on doing kind of like a...
Dude, I'm cooking. I'm cooking chicken confit, and I'm trying to make some fresh onion soup with cheese on the croutons.
Oh man, sounds dope.
Fragrant. You know, I'm gonna have it like I'm gonna try and find the best bottle of wine that I can. It's
Yep.
cheap, knockoff. Not much you'll find in the
You're not gonna find real grapes. Yeah, obviously not in Night City.
And I'm also gonna call in maybe some girls too.
Okay.
I mean, like cybered out. Like, I mean, I want them to be chromed.
Okay. Yeah. So go ahead and make a streetwise check for the girl calling.
With some Welch's synth wine.
Yeah.
It's not very good wine, but I'm gonna try and make it a little bit better.
Well, just synth wine. That's perfect.
Well, just synth wine. Streetwise, let's go.
So, as would be typical of what I would assume of Tark, most of the people you know don't really have any contacts. You're not a big, mover and shaker. Joke intended. You don't have girls literally killing people to get to you, so it's not something that you're able to facilitate. Everything else is fine. But what you do realize is as you're kind of making the calls, your food's kind of cooking. It's coming to the point where the food would be done and where you would expect, Zigzag to be there. Zigzag, cutting back to you in the midst of that. You are bleeding, so you would basically find some sort of first aid. Do you wish to try and apply first aid? You're not going to be able to do anything, but just for flavor, are you going to attempt to try and kind of like patch the wound?
Yeah, I imagine it's like I grab the nearest like blanket, rip a strip off of it, and try and tie it around my neck as tightly as I can.
Okay.
Just kind of stem the bleeding and the open air sucking hole through my neck.
Yeah, and the whole time, like, you're kind of like, you want to say something fucking witty and kind of like, about the situation, but you hear yourself kind of instead of saying something, but you hear the joke in your head and you're just fucking mad about it because you can't tell a good joke.
I could only smoke through my mouth before. Now I've got another hole.
As you're kind of sitting there and kind of waiting, Anika won't be back until tomorrow. She's basically not in the office today. Do you want to make any calls to anybody to come help you out? Or not make calls, obviously. Do you want to text anybody to come help you out?
Tark is like on the other side of the city, isn't he?
Yeah, he lives in Santo Domingo.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot him a text that casually says, "Can we change the location to the office for tonight?"
But you're cooking.
You got all that food, just pack it up. You got ice packs, you're a fucking med tech.
I'll try. So I'll take my time, trying to preserve what I've done.
Okay.
I'm not in a hurry, right?
Are you annoyed?
Slightly.
Yeah.
So, but you better call girls.
I just text back, "I'll see what I can do."
Do you send him a picture?
We're just bleeding out.
Do you send him a picture?
Phone calls might be tough. Picture of open wound on neck.
I see that I'm legit. I'm fucking throwing down bank. I'm getting a taxi as fast as I can.
Okay.
Premium price. No exceptions.
Okay. Do me a favor, and just for fluff's sake, go ahead and make me a perception roll. You're smart enough and cognizant of mind with that 12 to shut off the oven, shut off the stove or whatever, stop the cooking process, and then go.
Okay.
Fair. Okay.
But I'm not aware of any, like, imminent danger on his part, correct?
Oh, no. You what I assume is you see that, first you're kind of like, oh man, why is he doing this? Changing the plans, and then you see that he got shot in the neck from the picture and are immediately like, I gotta be there.
I'm throwing down some serious eddies.
Yeah.
So I can go as fast as possible. Tell me the
A
price.
taxi. So yeah, that's fine. We'll cover that. Probably around 100, but we'll cover that in a second. I'm gonna cut back to Salted Shaker in the car. So you lot are driving around. Where are you heading?
Yeah, I guess I would ask Shaker, where should we go? You know, do you have a good spot you recommend? I mean, right now I don't even have a place. I was going to look for a place, but I was looking for a new car. So, because, you know, I sleep in my car. So that's kind of like getting a new place.
Uh, if Zigzag contacted you, he's in danger. I don't think. I think. You don't have to come if you think it's too dangerous, but I have to go check him out, make sure he's okay.
No, I'll go with it. Sure, let's just be real careful. How about you let me lead and you kind of, you know, take up the back. That way, if you see your ex, you can avoid her at all costs.
That's fine, but I suggest you try to go as quickly as you can.
All right, let's do this.
Do it Dukes of Hazzard style.
Yep, we're Dukes of Hazzard style in it.
You drive up to the office. You are kind of situated there, pulling up to the parking. I'd like the both of you to make perception rolls. Let's switch the music to something a little bit more tense.
15.
Good.
All right, hang on 1 second. I'm rolling as we speak. 17. I'm not nervous about my ex.
Salt, you actually are able to spot what appears to be a drone kind of situated up in the building across the street. It seems to be kind of floating just idly across the way. You can see that it appears to be a Militech style drone, but it appears to not have any markings on it. It's completely black and sleek, just sitting there. It appears to be kind of focused in on the office building.
All right, I would tell that to Shaker. Do you think that could be her?
Yep. Then I would say I'm just gonna stay down in the car. You, please get up and check on Zigzag.
All right, I'll do that. I'm thinking I don't have any. I would actually, before I go, real quick, delete my contact of Shaker from the phone, and I'd be like, "You got to send this to me again, okay?"
Don't
Well,
worry.
hold on. Consciousness of mind. Would Salt think to do that? Because he doesn't know that the phones are being tagged. Keep that in mind.
I don't know. Probably not. Should I roll for it? If I roll high,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and make a cyber tech roll. Technical skill.
All right. I like to get the dice involved here.
Because I know what we all know what happened to Zigzag based on us seeing it happen, but the characters don't know exactly what happened to Zigzag yet. He'll have to tell you through the hole in his neck.
That doesn't look like a great roll. I got a 6.
It probably wouldn't be something that Salt would be like. You're probably more focused on he's probably in danger. Shaker should stay here. I'm gonna go in. And so you pop out. Are you weaponed? Do you have any firearms or anything?
I think I would bring my shotgun strapped on my back and my sword on my back too, but I would just walk in without any weapon in hand.
Okay. You slip in. Zigzag, I assume you've taken up a seat somewhere on probably the funky couch, the one that Anika doesn't end up sleeping on sometimes when she stays over in the office. And you're just kind of bleeding on it a little bit.
I imagine I'm like sitting on the floor, like leaning back onto that couch, just like holding a hand here, and
there's like a little bit of a trail, not massive, just like a little bit of a trail. So like the couch is definitely being bled on, but not like horribly so.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it to one side and off the main part of the cushion as much as I can.
The one benefit you found is that for some reason, smoking right now, besides having the cool effect of the smoke kind of slightly billowing out of your neck, feels really good compared to the agony, the sharp agony in the windpipe, it being broken.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm assuming you're just kind of like this with a cigarette in the other hand, kind of looking at Salt as he enters in.
Yep.
You see what you see?
That's the scene you see.
What in the hell happened here? Do I see anybody else besides just Zigzag?
Just Zigzag.
Any like sign of anybody, like bloody footprints from a shooter or anything?
Nope.
Zigzag. Let me guess. Black Megan. All right. Well, I was talking to our friend, and that's what he said. And then I guess I would go and see if I don't know if I have
Honestly,
any
it's easier for you to just text him than write anything down. In all
Oh.
honesty, you could just pop the
That's
message
fair.
in your head.
Yeah. So I like make a gesture for. Do you have your phone?
Yeah.
If you look at your phone, it says, "Sorry, I didn't have a chance to tidy up before you came over."
Oh, don't be a butthead, man. And I'd be like, let me take a look at that. I have like first aid training, so I guess, could I put like a belt on a tourniquet really tight on his neck so that he like passes out?
You can make a
No, please don't do that.
if you want to.
Asphyxiation.
Yeah, if you want to go the route of David Carradine, we can do that, I guess.
Oh,
But
that's so scary. Use your luck points.
are you gonna try and first aid him?
I would like to do first aid, make sure that he's like staunching the bleeding as much as possible. You know, putting a decent amount of pressure on it. It has good.
Yeah.
Give him some more things.
If you have a point, which everybody does, if you have a point in first aid, you would see that he's doing fine. He's done the best he could by it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, you see another text on your phone. How's it look?
I have 6 points in first aid. Can I do a first aid roll so I can kind of tell how bad it is?
So this is actually a serious injury, so first aid doesn't work. Actually, you would need paramedics or the other one, that one.
And I would do what every dad does when their kid is hurt. I'd be like, I think you're hanging in there. Just, keep the pressure on. I think you're going to be fine. Relax.
Acetresin on
Suck
it.
it up and rub some dirt on it, bitch.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't do that. I'd be like, I know you're
different
hurt,
dad.
but keep your heart rate down. Just relax. So tell me about what happened. Did you see who did this to you?
Best as I can through text, try and describe the woman that I saw.
Okay.
You'd be like Black Megan to me.
Yeah, black leather, black hair, guns.
You get another text. The fuck is Black Megan?
Shaker, you're outside. You
Yeah,
hear
go ahead.
you hear what sounds like a very fast vehicle approaching and swerving into the parking lot. As you look outside, you can see that it appears to be like a very, very expensive and stylish AI-driven taxi cab, or basically escort service, or not escort service. That's for sex.
Car service.
Car service. That's the one.
Have they arrived?
That's
I
you.
called them.
That's you dropping.
I called.
That's you getting dropped off.
Cool.
Yeah. And
So
then
can
you
I
see.
just ask a question while this
Shoot.
is happening? Would the drone have eyes on Salt's car where I'm in?
It appears to be focused on the office building in its entirety. So with the
so that's a
wide
yes.
with the wide pan, you're pretty sure that they're able to see the entirety of the box.
Okay, so I was just trying to figure out if there's a way for me to get out of the car, find some place where it wouldn't see me, and shoot it. But that's not an option.
Without breaking the car, yeah, that's not an option.
Right.
Yeah, you see Tark rushing up the stairs.
Trauma team training. Like I'm literally clearing corners. Like this is 100% trauma team. Like sharp.
You'd be able to tell from Biomon access because if I remember correctly, you have zigzag.
Correct,
You
yeah.
can see. He's.
Well, I talked to Zigzag. He might not have a monitor, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
Do you have
He
a
doesn't
bio?
have a monitor yet.
Oh, he doesn't. Well then,
No.
yeah. That being said, yeah, you rush up in there and you enter in, and Salt's kind of standing there, kind of turns and looks. Salt, somebody barges in the door behind you. What would be your response?
I would probably like whip my shotgun around and point it at him and be like, "Holy shit, Tark, you scared the crap out of me. Don't go barge places like this."
So it's actually Black Megan, and she comes. No, get no, it's Tark.
Chop my head off.
Tark rushes in, and yeah, you can see Zigzag just calmly sitting there with a cigarette in hand, smoking, with his hand on his neck.
So assessing the situation, he's obviously in respiratory distress. I would hand Salt, like, my chicken dish and my French dish, and tell him to put it on the stove. Okay.
Thank you, man. I didn't know you were gonna bring food.
Just put it on the stove.
And then Salt's phone pings again. Tell him thank you and give him a kiss for me.
I would pull out my med scanner, assess with my paramedics, I'll pull up my.
Wait. Hold on. And as that Salt looks at him to confirm that, Zigzag smiles and there's just blood in his teeth. He's like,
Guess I would go and give him a kiss. What the hell, man?
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's perfect.
Salt kisses you. Shows you the text and then kisses you.
Like, why's your hand in your pants?
Nice.
If
This is
you
how
pop-
I do surgery.
If you pop down and do a quick evaluation of the situation, you can see that his windpipe has apparently been crushed by the blow of the shot. Like it hit the neck hard enough that it caused. I can't hear you. What? Your mic keeps on popping. It's weird. Am I the only one who's hearing that happening?
A paramedic. I'm not
Okay.
rolling a first aid. I'm rolling a paramedic.
Cool. So you get down there. You know exactly what's going on, and with that check, I think. Let's see.
Plus that, so 32.
Let me check the injury chart here. Oh, 187. Right. Come on, computer. Alright. So, for a crushed windpipe, you can't do paramedic. So paramedic would be enough to analyze the situation and check it. It is enough also to stabilize his serious injury, which is fine. But it does not. It does not work on the critical injury. Critical injury requires a surgery check. You realize you have to get in there and kind of like, basically, the windpipe appears to have been crushed. You need to kind of get in there and kind of do some work. You don't think this is a good place, like the best place for it, because you're kind of in a non-sterile environment. You could probably.
Pump, bro.
Oh, that you're good then.
100% sterile.
Okay.
Cryo pump.
Yeah, I said you're good. So I mean, if you want to just operate on them now, you can. Let's see, treatment and how to heal critical injuries, page 223. A quick fix will remove the injury effect for the rest of the day. So you could quick fix him and he could talk and be fine for the rest of the day. But treatment to remove the injury effect permanently will require time.
4 hours.
Uh-huh.
So we're gonna start now.
Okay. Go ahead and make a surgery roll.
Burn.
Does this like put me in general anesthetic, or can I still interact with Salt?
You're going to sleep, bro.
Before he like injects me with anything, I need to send Salt a text. Where is Shaker?
In the car outside.
Alright, I would send him a text that says, he's in my car in the front of the building, keeping an eye out.
Get back to him and get him away from here. She's probably setting a trap.
Sounds like a plan.
Shaker, make a perception roll.
Oof.
What?
Shaker, make a perception roll.
Yeah. 1 second. I'm going
Just for
to
the
add
people-
3 luck points to this.
Just for the people at home,
Oh,
I had texted
okay,
Baker a little
so-
bit ago.
35.
So with that massive roll, you would hear two things. What sounds like a very distant shot being fired out of a silenced weapon. You would recognize as a sniper rifle. Very heavily modified and standard operating procedure for Militech and military trained individuals like yourself,
I
like
would
Megan.
head down.
Well,
First thing, head down.
no. You hear that. You know that if you hear that, it's a distance off, and it's very, very quiet, and you just barely heard it. You know that you would be killed by the bullet before you hear the shot, if you get my meaning. So you don't duck down. You recognize that it's not you, but then you hear a metallic thunk sound, which makes you think for a second, maybe I wasn't the target.
Is
You
the
think someone
drone-
shot something at your car, and it's hit your car. If you'd like to make a tactics roll, you can. But I think Kevin just answered your question.
I didn't hear what Kevin said.
I said maybe it's a tracking device. Hey, by the way, while you're thinking of that, a little
He's
bit
right.
earlier, I moved to something in the text saying that Salt had texted Shaker and said Zigzag was shot by
I
your
responded.
ex. Yeah, no, but I'm telling the people that are at home. truck is helping him now. Do not come in. Stay in the car. This is a trap for you. And so then, just so that you guys know, like I texted him, he kind of already thought about that. So then I'm gonna grab my shit and head on out back to the car.
Um,
Wait, is this a combat zone?
No.
Okay.
no.
Doing
So-
surgery in combat zone.
So Saul gets in the car.
Yeah, I'll get in the car and be like, we gotta move. There's Black Megan's around here somewhere, and
There's a
what's going
track.
on?
There's now a tracker on the car, so we need to find a way for me to get out of here. Where you keep going. Do not
All
go
right,
to do not go by my apartment.
All right, we'll just drive around randomly, and when you find a good spot that you think's far enough from here, you can jump. I'll slow down. You can jump, and then I'll keep going.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think. Okay. Yeah.
So do me a favor. Since you are trying to lose someone, go ahead and make me a stealth roll with the driving. But you're not really trying to lose anybody. You're just trying to get to a position where you think it would be okay to dump him and not make it look suspicious.
Points.
That
So is
said,
it a rifle or a stealth roll?
stealth roll.
Use your luck points.
Too late. Okay.
Too late now.
All right. So you head off and you go to a place to dump him. Dan, you put Zigzag under anesthesia. Dan, where'd he go? Bathroom. Okay.
We lost Dan.
Oh man, this is terrible time.
Wait, while Dan's gone, Salt's gonna steal his food as he leaves.
Okay.
Because we're not gonna eat it tonight anyway.
So real quick, I want to point out Anika's office is located here. Okay, you're just driving at random, and kind of going to somewhere where you think might be a good place to dump him off. Where do you go to drop him?
Could you ping that again?
I'm gonna ping it one more time. Right there, where Zigzag's located.
Shit, I was like way off the screen when you did that. All right, what could you do one more time?
And
All right,
John, remind me what was the location that she was at before? Was that some nightclub or something?
That she was seen at? She was seen at a location in South Night City. That was weeks ago though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna suggest. I'm gonna suggest that. So, hold on a minute, Shaker. I'm gonna suggest we go here, and I'll ping a spot.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a different suggestion that we go to a really busy area. You can take me to maybe the afterlife. I could blend into the crowd and try to disappear.
All right, you're gonna have to put some more cool clothes on if you want to blend in. You look like an old dude, man.
Okay. You head towards the afterlife, and then drop him off at the afterlife as you drive away. Right, Salt? But do it in a quick fashion. Literally, like red light drop,
Like,
or
Yeah.
tuck and roll kind
or
of thing.
a slow down to
Like
like
rock and
a
roll.
yeah. Got it. Okay, great. Dan, you put Zigzag under anesthesia.
Is there any resistance? I'm putting it in the back. Any resistance?
As he starts to put me in, I'd say, is here a good spot? I think I'm okay to make it somewhere else.
I hit him with a stem.
Like, shut up, you.
No, stims to keep him up.
Oh, okay.
Where
So
you heading?
stem. And I'll honestly, his technique is terrible. I'll quickly dermabond for my paramedic kit his windpipe
Okay.
as a quick fix, and then I'll staple. So dermabond is a glue. It's an adhesive, activates rapidly. It's really hot, so it's gonna burn his windpipe. He smokes. He's cool. And then I'll
Nice.
staple closed his throat.
Okay. Yeah, so you're quick fixing, right?
Yeah. Quick
Okay.
fix.
Go ahead. Make a surgery roll for that. Still need to meet that target number. 15 is good enough. Yeah, he hits you on the neck, kind of like says stop moving because you're kind of it burns, it's weird. He's kind of explaining it to you very dedicated, like but it takes a couple minutes. You get him up, and the two of you head out. Are you calling a cab?
I'm also gonna hit him with a rapid heal.
Okay.
So hit your body plus your will.
Are you calling a cab?
Is my cap still out there? I paid 100 eddies.
100 eddies was to get you there. 100 eddies wasn't to stick around.
Cool. I'll try and get that cap back.
Okay. They said they'll be there in 10.
Okay. That's enough for me to fix him.
You start heading down the stairs with him, and you think that your vehicle will be there soon. as you're heading down the steps into kind of the parking area, because this is a kind of lower building. It's not a massive building. You're on the northern side there. You see a motorcycle with a woman in black leather, black hair, short bob, ride up very suddenly and kind of turn into a parking space and stop. You recognize her immediately, Zigzag, as she very quickly just throws her leg up and dismounts the motorcycle, kind of getting up and looking at you two as she slowly starts to walk towards you. Of course, this takes some time. Do you want to respond in any way?
Fucking auto.
You don't have a weapon drawn, you have a cart.
It's always on my shoulder.
Okay, so you go for your gun?
Yeah.
Okay, so you watch as she very suddenly moves away from you in response. Roll initiative. And I know we are going to throw up an initiative board. You should be able to select your token, though. I think
Not
it
out.
Yeah, I
will
can.
work.
We're good.
Hold on.
2? That's not right. My reflex is like a 8 plus 2. That doesn't make any sense. How do I roll a 0?
How did you roll a 0? Yeah.
It's really interesting.
It's a 12.
Okay. And then what's your reflex? What's your reflex, Zigzag?
Mine is 7.
Alright, well, you're first. You see him going for his gun. You see her basically blurring to the side very fast. Like, if you are a player of the 2077, you know exactly what I'm saying. She is, like, stand-a-distant dodging. What are you doing in response, Zigzag?
Do I know how long in game time the taxi is away?
Probably a couple minutes. Hey,
So like
each
a
round,
long,
each round is 3 seconds.
Yeah. That's. If I see him going for his gun, I guess I'm going for my gun. Let's do our best.
Okay. She starts the initiative basically behind a pillar structure, kind of hidden away from you, and you two are out in the open, drawing your weapons. There are no cars in the parking lot.
My turn. Can I move to cover too?
There's the pillars, so yeah, you'd be basically moving into the kind of under the, basically they're kind of like stucco kind of covered pillars that come down from the landing that you kind of have to walk out of, or walk onto from the apartments or the offices. Okay, you move to cover. Tark.
I should say ready to shoot, and then I move to him. How far away is she?
Probably 7 meters.
Toss a grenade.
Okay.
My belt, cook it, tossed it right at the pillar structure.
Okay. Perfectly fine. So go ahead and make an athletics roll. Okay. Hits right where you want it. You watch it explode.
It's an HE grenade, not a regular explosive.
I know. What was that page again?
Let me look real quick.
Yeah, you know what I'm looking for.
Page
174. All right. And so it will explode. It will detonate. She will.
Dodge.
Yeah, she will dodge. Okay. So yeah, she's dead. She's got a reflex of 14. So.
What?
Okay. You watch as it hits, blows up, and you see this kind of black trail kind of move from one pillar to the other. You're pretty sure that she moved herself away from the explosion towards Zigzag.
Would Zigzag take a shot now that she's out of cover? I told him to hold his action to shoot.
He didn't, though.
I had to use my action to pull out my gun.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
So she moved away from the blast, closer to Zigzag. Zigzag, you feel cold steel press against the side of your head from the side of the pillar where you're at, and she says, "Tell him to stand down or you're dead. You know I can do it."
I have no way of telling him she shot my windpipe.
He healed
so-
your windpipe. You can talk.
He did?
Yeah, he quick fixed it. So
Your neck.
Quick fix.
Oh, I
If
didn't
you
know
want
that
to
was
roll,
gonna give me
if
my
you
whole, like,
yeah, if you want to role play it being raspy, I'm dope with that. But you can talk, and you don't have the penalty to death penalties, death rolls.
yeah. So, you hear from behind the pillar, "She's got me. Don't engage."
She is
Hands
ready.
down.
She appears to be ready in action, from what you can tell. Zigzag, your turn. You can take actions if you want, but you've been in this situation before, and I think you know how this goes.
I'm gonna drop my gun. That's all I.
Ting, ting, ting,
That's
ting.
it. Like,
For flavor, is it okay if I take a flavor action? It's not a real action. It's just
Yeah.
for flavor. She kicks the gun towards Tark.
I'll put the Mandalorian arms. I'm not opposed to that.
It's an action to pick it up.
Pick it up and then holster it
Okay.
in my bag.
And you have no other guns. You just pulled a grenade and heated it and threw it, right?
So my SMG, it's always around my neck like a satchel. I let go of it, right? So it's literally resting right next to my side. Pick up the Mandalorian arms. Maybe
Put
do
it in the thing.
drill with it, because I'm really fucking good with handguns.
Okay.
Literally some handwork, and then it's in the back of my
Boom.
Militech pack.
Perfect. So if you're not opposed to going a combat initiative and into kind of like a narrative play, I'm not killing anyone unless you're making me.
What the fuck do you want, bitch?
She presses the gun against your head to force you out from behind the pillar, and
we assume she has the ready action.
she kind of is pushing you outside of the pillar out to so that she can look around the corner of the pillar, and you're standing out in the open so she can look at Tark. You are friends with Shaker?
Acquaintances.
Great. Start
Or
walking.
Zigzag.
Start walking towards him, she says to Zigzag.
I do as she says.
Okay. You can see that she has a hand on his lower back and a gun on his head. If you want to make a tactics check, you can.
Me or Zigzag?
You're watching it from the side. Zigzag's probably not really thinking about the... He knows that his head will be blown off if it's her will. You don't know why her hand is on the small of his back. You're not sure what that's about, but it's weird. It seems to be some sort of like technique or
Shield.
strategy. It doesn't look like she's going to use him as a shield. If she was going to use him as a shield, she'd bring him up and close and kind of hold him over herself. She's keeping herself wide open. She just has her hands kind of far away from him, but placed in such a manner that she has her hand on the small of his back and the gun at the back of his head. And she kind of walks him out towards you, and then you watch as she kicks the back of his knee out from under him and drops him to his knee. Not in a way to harm you, just to kind of get you down on your knees.
Yeah.
Once you're down on your knees and she's got the gun at the back of your head, Zigzag, she looks at you, Tark, and she says, "Send him your details. Send him the details. Shaker's details.
Details.
Shaker's
I don't know what the
details.
fuck you want.
Shaker's details.
Problem.
This is all about Shaker.
I get my agent out as I'm asking her what her problem is.
Shaker's
What did he
my,
do?
Shaker's my problem. None of
What's
your
your-
business."
It is my business. You
She
got my.
presses the gun hard against the back of Zigzag's head, pushing him down. If you care about this one, you'll stop asking questions. Keep doing what
fucking
I'm telling you
bit,
to do.
and I send the deeds.
The second they flip over to you, you watch as some trace of an element that's been left inside of your agent zips them to the side. She smacks you in the back of the head, not to knock you unconscious, just to kind of knock you away from her. And then she very quickly just snaps away from you two, back into the darkness of the pillars underneath the bridge. You then watch as she moves towards her motorcycle very quickly and zips off, unless you try to stop her.
Follow Zigzag's cue.
I'm not doing anything. I'm imagining like this is a pretty humiliating moment for Zigzag. So I'm like down on all fours, like kneeling in hands and like just shaking my head.
Mandalorian arms is like right in front of you. It's your pistol.
I
You
take
take
the
it?
pistol back from you, put it into my holster, stand up slowly. You think he was smart enough to get rid of his agent?
I hope so.
Shaker, you just deposited it at the afterlife. Salt, you drive off. Where are you heading?
Where's that dealership I was just at?
Not too far away. You can head back to it, no problem. I got business to handle.
I
The-
love it.
One thing I'm going to do though is I'm not going to park my vehicle real close to the dealership. and make sure there's nothing in there that like could be identified to me, you know, because I live in there. So I'll take any important papers and put them in my shirt or whatever, and then head back in.
Sure. The afterlife is not open. It's like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. It's not terribly late, and so it's not open. It doesn't open till 7. But as you're kind of standing there looking at it and kind of going, kind of shrugging, you see that a phone call from an unknown number is calling your agent.
I drop the phone, I crush it under my boot, and I throw it in the nearest garbage.
Okay. And then?
I look for. I mean, I wouldn't have gone to the afterlife if I knew that there wouldn't be anybody there. So basically, the idea was that I would go to a crowded area.
Okay. It is a crowded area. It's not in. There's the American bar across the way, which serves lunch and dinner. There's a bunch of people around. It is crowded. It's just that the afterlife itself is not open.
Not it.
Yeah.
Would I know that answering a call would give away my actual location?
You don't think it. You don't think it would.
Okay.
But
Too late now.
you know how that conversation was gonna go. Not good. Okay. Smash the phone.
And I smash the phone, throw it in the nearest garbage, walk through the crowded restaurants, try to find a way out the back.
Just milling around, just trying to stay moving
Yep.
and not like be noticeable. Okay.
Yep.
So you head in, and the guy says, "Oh, you're back! Great!" And starts kind of asking you questions. Do you want to? So getting to you, just handling your business, and I'm going to change the music to something less tense because I think we're out of the woods for now.
This is some car buying and negotiations.
That's kind of eerie. Let's do.
I'm here to buy that vehicle, and
Oh yeah,
I wanna
yeah.
know what you're going to sell it for. And remember, I want you to throw in the vehicle mats, you know, the floor mats, and new tires, all that cool stuff.
Well, sure. So if you're going for the if you're going for this, and he says it only has 4 seats, it's not the best vehicle ever, but it's pretty good. It's miles above your piece of shit. He says that it will cost you. What was the name of it again?
Land Rover?
No. That's the name of the dealership.
Continental.
Coyote. It's a Mizutani Coyote. So he would tell you the top speed's 199 miles per hour, 0 to 100 in 5.5 seconds, HP 570, drivetrain's AWD, and this vehicle in its current state, new with all of the fixings, is 115,000 eddies. You would know that most cars are not bought outright. You could definitely do a payment plan on that. That's not, you can if you qualify for a loan.
How much for just the floor mats?
50.
No, what about, do you have anything that would be maybe a little bit higher mileage, or that's, like I said, you maybe...
Well, we don't do anything used. You came to like a, reputable dealership here. Are you looking for something a little less pricey?
Yeah, a little bit less pricey.
Should ask.
Maybe less features.
Should have asked you from the start. What's your range? What is your price? What's your price? I mean, you look like a reputable fellow, and I assumed you were in for the best. My apologies. Night City. It's illusions, city of dreams, if you will. But yeah, what's your price range? What are you talking?
Well, I hate to give a price range because that's not a good way to negotiate.
How much are you willing to spend? I'm not going to try. I'm just trying to get a ballpark. We can figure it out from there.
Yeah, how about anything that's less than 50,000 eddies?
50,000. Okay. Well, let's see. He starts thinking. Yeah.
Are you guys affiliated with any used car salesmen or anything?
No, Fortunately not. The only used car dealership I can think of is in Santo Domingo. Um, let's see. For that much, and you want something that's more spacious, not sporty, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got this older Nomad. Um, it's basically the same kind of body shape, from what you can tell, as the Coyote. He explains that little slower on the pickup, and you can also see that this has windows, not smart glass. Um, and yeah, it looks like it's a little bit more of a rugged vehicle. The tires are a little bit kind of larger compared to the other vehicle. You can also tell that the spoiler on this is kind of lower down and less kind of like sporty looking, less kind of drag racer like. He says it's 55 is what the price on this one here is. Top speed 165, 0 to 100 in about 8 seconds. HP is 482. Drivetrain is all-wheel drive. Yeah, it's pretty good. 55,000.
Sounds good. How about would you sell it for 50,000?
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to keep the floor mats. He kind of looks over at his manager and then looks at you.
Yeah, I know you can't throw in the floor mats for that price range.
Yeah, I would say I think we have a model on site that does not have the anti-theft uh, security features. We can sell you that one for I think 50, maybe 49.
Sounds good. Sold.
Okay, 49,000 it is. You paying in cash, or do you want to secure a line of debit, or do you want to?
Well, I don't have that much on cash, but I can make a down payment and then just pay it off. And
Do you have anything for trade-in?
actually, I do.
As you kind of look outside to where your vehicle is, you can see that there's a woman in black leather with a black bob cut standing near your vehicle. Because the discussion probably would have been some time, moving around the showroom, standing right outside at your vehicle, kind of looking at it, and then she kind of just places her back against it and kind of crosses her arms.
On second thought, you know what? I'm not going to have a trade in. I'll pay you. How about I wire you over 10,000 eddies, and then I'll do a payment plan for the rest.
Well, let's go back here into my office, and we'll go ahead and set up a payment plan. That's not a problem. We just got to get some information about you to make sure that your payments are going to be readily received by our billing office. No problem. Is that all right?
All right, sounds like a plan.
Spent about 30 minutes in there. Meanwhile, I believe Shaker is still zipping around, trying to hide, looking over his shoulder cautiously. Do you have an end goal? Because you aren't seeing her. She's not present, and there's no signs of her. And you are being very perceptive, so you would know you'd see her.
Right. Poof. I guess I would head back to my apartment.
Okay. Public transportation? Taxi? What are you doing? Public transportation, more people.
Yeah, public transportation.
Perfect. You would know that the line on the downtown is currently out and will be for the next couple of weeks. Whose fault that was, I don't know. But you would know that the line heading to where you need to go is fine. And then Tark and Zigzag, your cab arrives. The AI cab kind of takes you to Santo Domingo, taking you back to Tark's apartment. You get up into your apartment. Seems
Dude,
fine.
if there was time while the cab was driving, I'm gonna go get my food.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You go grab your food, and you take it with you.
Dry as shit now.
Yeah, it was kind of left out, and you head off. It's definitely going to take some of that Tark magic to get it back to working condition, just like his neck. Um, and you get back to the location. In the meantime,
It's in a text to Jake's. I need a biomonitor. That.
we'll see if we can't get one for you. Is the reply, and then back to
Why?
what I was going to insinuate with Zach. I want to make sure you understand the connotations of what I was saying. She wasn't jacked into you when she pulled Shaker's details away from you.
Oh yeah, my whole agent is compromised.
Yep.
Yep, I gotcha.
Okay.
She's got a virus on me. I'm gonna have to get a whole new internal agent.
Yep. Well, you know a guy who can pop yours out and put another one in. So you may want to.
Yeah.
You can get one too. I can get a new agent.
If you mention that to Jace, he says I can get you one of those, no problem.
Bro, see you in a bit.
Do you?
Okay. Back at the car dealership. Takes about 20. Go ahead.
Wait 1 second. I would hand Zigzag literally a pad and a pen. Archaic, I know. Put this shit down.
Okay.
The agent detail. Keep his constant up.
I will do that, and also while I'm doing that, do you think that maybe what's the an audio box at this clinic? See, my voice is a bit fucked.
Could ask. What cybernetics you got for it? You gotta have the hardware for it first. That's just an add-on, bro.
I have it is. It's internal cyberware.
Cool. You would notice he takes like starts sniffing, kind of like his fingernail, and just scratching his nose. You would recognize it. He's doing synth coke.
Delicious.
It's fine. I don't know a whole lot of doctors that don't.
Right. I'm ready for surgery. Let's go.
That said, cutting back to the dealership, you exit out of the back office and you kind of give a look over to the front window, kind of just idly, and you see the woman still sitting against the vehicle.
Yeah, there's nothing quite like driving out of a dealership with a new vehicle and just leaving your old one behind, you know?
Yeah. He hands you the keys, and you know that you now have a payment plan, automated payment plan, 10,000 every month, moving forward. Unless you want to stretch that out to a year lease or a year payment plan.
No, I'll just do 10,000. Easy
Okay.
come when you go.
Simple. Okay, you take the keys to the car, and he explains to you that you're going to drive it out through the front main doors, and you can see that that'll drive you right past your old car, basically.
Wait, did she see me? I don't think she's seen me yet.
You got out of the car in front of her her
Oh
drone.
shit. I'm gonna kind of drive. I'm gonna like really slide down into the chair so that I'm basically, and then look the other way if I drive by.
Make a stealth check. It's going to be a very
This is
high DV, by the way.
Self-driving, Some
This
people.
isn't self-driving. This is you hiding in a car as it's moving, trying to make it look like no one is driving the car, and that somehow worked.
Oh, I rolled really good. A 15.
Yeah.
That's
So you're like, yeah, I'm doing all right, and you kind of look off to the left, and you can see her looking right in your eyes, and she kind of goes, and you see her walk away from your vehicle, and then put her leg over a bike, and kind of saddle up on it as you start to drive off. Do you go into full chase mode and try and lose her, or are you going to just stop the car and save me the trouble?
Oh shit. Well, I don't know. I think this chick is crazy, so I'm gonna go into full chase mode because I don't want her shooting my brand new car.
She was basically designed after Carrie Fisher and the Blues Brothers, so. Uh, yes. So you are driving fast, or are you stopping and just getting out?
Well, I'm gonna have to drive. I need a loser.
Okay, make a drive land vehicles.
Also, oh yeah, okay, I'll do that. You know what, guys? I should have put points into this when I leveled up, but I did not.
So keep in mind you have luck points before you roll.
Oh shit! I'm gonna use 3 luck points then. I'm gonna like use a bunch. Oh yes! I killed it, people at home. I rolled a 14 plus 3 is 17.
So you try and lose her, and the whole time you can see that she is zipping behind you, very, very quickly, and very, 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 very fast, moving behind you. Seems she actually took points in that skill, and as a 14 reflex. But as you're kind of moving through, you come to a point where you basically need to make a perception roll.
All right, do this, guys. Yes, I'm killing it. I didn't even use any luck.
You manage to keep on the open road enough and not get kind of detoured and kind of like pinioned into kind of areas that are kind of like harsh and kind of dead endy. You don't get blocked in or anything, or like kind of caught into any places. But after a fashion, you end up on the main kind of thoroughfares, kind of wide open streets that are moving pretty quickly. She then accelerates up alongside of you, and she kind of looks at you, and she kind of gives you kind of a look, and she says, with her mouth, you can see her saying, "Where's Shaker?" You're driving very fast.
I go like this. I go, I don't know what you mean.
She kind of looks to the road. You see her kind of zip in between traffic and kind of move out and ahead of you very fast. She seems to just drive off. And as you're kind of still going, do you keep going at the same acceleration, or do you slow down to normal traffic?
I'm gonna slow down to normal traffic.
It's at about that time you see her motorcycle coming the wrong way down the street you're on, straight towards you. And as it's doing so, she lays it down, jumping off of it, and just puts her feet through the front windshield of your vehicle into your chest. You can make an evasion roll if you'd like.
Holy shit. I'm getting everybody into all this trouble.
Brand new vehicle. You don't do that to brand new vehicles.
Now you're really mad.
She's so mad.
1 luck point on the evasion.
Go with it.
Oh no.
So this is going to be really bad with that roll. That's a total of 8. Okay. She slams into the vehicle. You feel her hit your chest. You take a total of 18 points of damage to the chest. It ignores half of your armor because it's a melee attack. But because of the sudden burst of it, you're going about 60, the speed limit on this kind of main thoroughfare. You wind the wheel to the side, and she's kind of on top of the wheel, kind of causing it to lock in that position. And instead of continuing to go straight, you sidewind off to the side, hit what appears to be a barricade, and both you and her go flying out of the front of the vehicle, out over that barricade. You then feel the rush of air kind of slam into both of you, as you are now falling off of a bridge into the bay, because you left him at the afterlife, and you probably went to the car dealership, which would have been here, and you're probably right about here as you're falling into the water. Did you get those pings?
Can you do them one more
Sure.
time?
So you dropped him off at the afterlife. You went to your dealership, and then you got knocked off the bridge here. So as the two of you are falling, she reaches out to try and grab a hold of you. You can take an action before this, though. I would assume you'd still have your shotgun strapped to you, because you said you strapped it onto you a while ago. That's fine. But you are falling and descending very quickly towards the water. So you get one action before then. And since she acted to kind of slam her whole body through your vehicle, you would be up.
Well, kind of like Gandalf did when he was falling down the mountain with Balrog and he was fighting it. I grabbed my sword and chop at her.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll. She'll make an evasion roll. I've already rolled. I've got a total of 21 for my evasion. Go ahead and make your attack.
Love hurts. All right, hang on 1 second. So, what did you guys think about that? Falling off of a bridge thing.
It's still in progress, Kevin.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna roll my attack now. I'm ready to go.
You miss. So she's kind of falling straight down towards you. You see the blade kind of coming up at her. Her head tilts to the side. Her body kind of folds very suddenly in this split second, and then she kind of snaps back into kind of a Superman pose. Her hands reaching out forward towards you. Go ahead and make an evasion roll as she tries to grab a hold of you.
You have luck points.
A couple left, yeah. He's already spent
Yeah,
4.
I have 2 left. I'll use 1 for this.
Okay. Okay, my target number is going to be a total of 20. Go ahead.
Okay, where is my evasion again?
I rolled really bad.
It's in skills, isn't it? No. Is it in skills or is it on
It's
the...
really bad.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to use martial arts
And for
here.
her next legendary action,
Rolled 19.
She got you beat.
Plus 1.
Oh,
Plus
20. No, that's good. So you'll evade. And then for the falling, at this point, it literally will be just the two of you crashing into the water. Go ahead and make a perception roll. Or a stealth roll, your choice. Do you want to find out where she's at, or do you want to hide from her?
I'll do perception to find out where she is.
Okay.
19 again.
Easy enough. She's not trying to hide. She appears to be she's kind of hit the water and is kind of gone down like a diver, and is kind of coming back up towards you. When you hit the water, sorry, that's something I wanted to point out. You would be taking damage.
How far is he falling?
About 40 feet.
My character's related to Greg Danis.
Where's the
He's
falling
gonna
damage
dive
chart?
in.
Do you have it?
I
We
like
make
it.
it at
I know
4.
the page.
What's the page number?
It is. Well, fuck. Maybe I don't. Give me a second, bro. You look for it. I'll look for it too. It's under Friday Night Firefight.
So, sorry, it would have been 40 meters, not 40 feet. Sorry.
That's 120 feet.
167 where it starts.
2d6 for every 10 meters they fall. So it would be a total of 8. Hold on a second. No, sorry.
If your ex kills me, Shaker.
Hold on.
I'm feeling so bad about this.
I was right the first time. Wrong bridge. There is a bridge that's that high, but it's not this one. It would be just 10 meters, so 2d6. 7 points of damage.
Falling 40 yards at the end of their turn. They can make an athletics DV 15
Yeah.
to save themselves.
And unless they succeed on that check. But you're hitting water. I'm going to ignore that part with the legs.
That's if there's a ledges nearby for them to grab onto it. They don't have a ledge.
Yeah. Well, the falling, we shot out of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no ledge.
Right.
Unless he's in the car.
No. The car's
Okay.
still up there. So yeah, that said, you'd be taking a total of 7 damage from the fall. And this damage ignores armor entirely.
They succeed on a DV 15 athletics. They also suffer a broken leg.
Yeah, but because it's water, I'm ignoring that part.
Yeah. I mean, literally. I mean, you're hitting water. It's pretty hard.
But he may not have been hitting head or leg first. And I'm not gonna. I didn't roll 2 6s on the damage, so he's not taking a critical injury. I agree. I agree, but yeah, it looks like she went in like a swan dive, perfect. Like she nailed it. I'll give you the same opportunity though. Go ahead and make an athletics check. Sorry. I'm trying to test out new rules, and this is the game that I've designed in my head to do it. So, okay. So you actually would take.
20.
You take the damage. You will not take a critical injury because that's what that athletics check is for. And because she's going legs down, she would have had to make it. We're going with the way the rules read it. It doesn't say because of water, no difference, etc. Got it. You spot her, and you can see that she's basically like 10 or so meters down from you, in the water, kind of coming back up. It doesn't look like she's seen you yet, though.
All right. What's the closest point of exit from the water? Like, is there a shore nearby?
You could go to shore. There's also like a couple of pillars underneath the bridge that kind of have like landing places there, um, and yeah, you can go to either shore. Do you want to go to the south shore or the north shore? You don't really know where you're at. Just decide on one.
I'd like to go to the one that's closest to my car. Is anyone closer to my car?
You don't know where your car is. It's up there somewhere.
All right, I'll just go to the north then.
Okay, you start swimming. Yeah, and after fashion, you realize that it doesn't appear that she's giving chase. As you kind of make it to the North Shore, you can see that there are 3 AVs that have descended down on the bridge, and there are red and blue lights flaring everywhere. It looks like NCPD has basically quadrant off the bridge, and it looks like there is kind of like a situation kind of happening up there. As you're kind of pulling yourself up out of the water, you look up and you can see that there is a NCPD officer looking down at you, and he kind of reaches down out his hand and he says, "It was a hell of a swim."
Yep, it's not my day. Thank you, officer.
Do you take his hand then?
Yep.
According to witness reports, Cyber Psycho jumped through your windshield.
Yeah, I'm lucky to survive. Look at these boot marks right on my chest.
We've got medics on the scene. Yeah, they weren't expecting you to be on this side of the situation. Most of them said that you would be dead, but me and my partner saw you swimming up the way and figured we'd go and check on you. Well,
Yeah, actually, I think I just got lucky. I don't know how I just survived what happened to me.
looks like you had new tags on that vehicle, so should be within its insurance rating, 90-day insurance coverage from the dealership. You should be okay to get that fully repaired free of charge.
Isn't that something? Hey, I don't know if you could do me a favor and fish out that cyber junkie chick's in there somewhere in the water, but I don't see her right now, right?
We've got Max Tack on the scene. They are looking out for her, but so far no signs of her. You sure? You're sure it was a her?
Yep. And I've never met her. I don't know what the heck she wants. She just
Well-
came at me.
1 second. Yeah. I've got a dedicated witness here, the victim of the instance on the scene here, right here. Yep, down here. If you want to come over and check it out, 1 second. Are you willing to give a statement to Max Tack or C team?
Sure.
Okay. 1 second. Wait here. Great. Yeah, he's willing to. Yeah, he's willing to have a conversation, take an interview from you. Roger that. Okay, they're heading on over here. Just wait right here, and we'll go ahead and get a police report on this. That'll help you out with the insurance claim, and yeah, no problem.
If you don't mind, I'd like to go with you. I don't want to be by myself here now.
Oh,
I
I'm
think
standing
that-
right here with you until Maxat gets on the scene. No
All right,
reason you
sounds
need to
good.
be swimming or heading anywhere different. Should be okay. Just staying here, sir. And he kind of like waits and pauses for a second. Make a streetwise check.
All right. I do know snitches get stitches, but
It's not so much about that.
All right, hang on. Where is Streetwise?
Should be under social.
Social. Oh yes. All right. Cool. I'll roll.
You're pretty smart, but not terribly streetwise. But you do know that NCPD do take tips from people that they assist in Night City. It's standard practice, and it does look like he's kind of waiting for something.
What's the standard tip? 10% of your damage.
No, 10, 20 eds.
All right, I give him 20 eddies and say, "Hey man, do something nice for your family."
He says, "Man, that was a pretty nice ride you got there, brand new too." He kind of puts that in his pocket and nods his head. "No problem, we'll do."
All right, cool.
You see the AV, one of the 3 AVs that kind of descended on the bridge, kind of fly out. You can see that it has different logoing than a regular NCPD AV. It drops down just near where you're at. You see it pop open. A couple of agents remain inside, but one steps out and starts walking towards you. He's wearing a very interesting looking helmet that appears to have kind of a series of different irises on it. He's wearing kind of a very tight kind of jumpsuit, white kind of top, and very sleek, stylized kind of leggings. As he starts to approach you, he reaches out his hand, which is a gloved hand, kind of like a bluish glove, kind of reaches out to you and he says, "Hi, you're the victim of the assault?"
Yes, I am.
Shake his hand.
I would shake his hand. Yeah.
Okay. As he does so, you can feel something kind of like touching your fingertips, kind of like moving in the handshake very oddly. And as he kind of pulls his hand away, he says, "You go by the handle Salt, is that right?"
That's correct.
A couple of minor warrants out for your arrest. No big deal though. Assaults and stuff. No big deal. Nothing that we're really interested in. He looks over at the officer, and the officer says, and he says, "Good. Full description of the cyberpsycho in question, please." And
All right. I would basically
give him the
describe
details.
Charlie Theron.
Yeah, I explained Charlize Theron in the movie Aeon Flux. He nods his head. All right. Yeah, she does sound like a cyber psycho we've heard about. Actually, a bit of a well-known assassin in Night City. It's lucky that you made it out with your life. All right. I would suggest if you are being targeted by this individual that you lay low for a couple of days. And try and stay calm. If you can invest anything in private security or you know somewhere safe you can go for the duration. The other guy, the officer who's been standing with you for a while, says, "I suggest leaving the fucking city." The Max guy kind of gives him a look, looks back to you, and says, "Not a bad suggestion, but if you're invested and wish to stay, and maybe do so in a safe manner. Hopefully everything works out for you, and hopefully this is just a random assault on just another commendable, slightly flawed, but commendable citizen of Night City." Nods his head and says, "I appreciate your information. Have a great day." And does your vehicle need to be transported anywhere? We have a tow truck on the scene. You're going to have to pay for the tow charge, but they're willing to move it to whatever facility you need to get it repaired at. I believe you bought it maybe 23 minutes ago from the the dealership, the Lexus Rover dealership.
Yep. If you could send it to their preferred garage, that'd be fine.
All right. He ships you the details for that through Agent Connection, and then kind of heads on his way. You know Max Tack doesn't care about tips. They already get the meanest kit from Night City's coffers, so they're all right. Okay. The police leave the scene. You can see that the tow truck is heading off. You would notice that your account. Do you have a cred chip account?
What account?
A standard credit account.
Oh, yeah, I would imagine, yeah.
Yeah. So you would notice that it's been debited 50 eddies for the tow truck service automatically. Is your account sufficient and capable of withstanding that kind of payment?
50, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can sustain that.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure you weren't incurring any late charges. What's it called? Overdraft fees. Because overdraft fees in Night City are a nightmare.
I'm just wondering how somebody else's ex-wife could be so expensive to me.
Perfection. Shaker, you make it back home, no problem.
Oh boy. I am investigating security systems. Yeah, I think I wanted to do an electrical flooring.
Yeah, okay. So you start making some phone calls. There are some sites in the Mecca building that can install those, obviously.
I would want to get. I would using burner phone, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Is there one of those? Can you get those easily?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a guy on the street with a jacket full of them. Okay, and then shifting back to Tark and Zigzag.
I didn't want to interrupt your flow because it was really, really good. I would shoot Jace. I want a Kuroshi Cry on low light with targeting scope if possible. Please don't fuck this up. I need to impress this person. And I want a Biodyne Mark 1 bug detector with internal agent and biomonitor. I need this bad. Help me, Jace. Come on. I know you can pull it off the stock.
Roll a D100.
Oh!
He says, "Is that in addition to the other stuff you were asking for?"
So the bio monitor is. I want it to be embedded with the audio suite.
Got it.
So no, because literally I want the bio monitor and the audio suite together.
Yeah, package deal. Right in the neck.
Iodine's
section.
got a really, really, really good package.
Yep.
Mark 1.
He says, "Yeah, give me about an hour."
If you at the cargo hold.
Yeah. Um,
I got your Eddies, Chase.
yeah, you'd be able to ship them the Eddies. Go ahead and deduct the cost of those. You would have them on site.
It's in the primo, like.
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely top dollar shit. I would say he wouldn't be able to get you a discount on this.
No, I'm tipping him.
Okay, then that's fine.
He's got to mark the hold too, like the inventory, because he's still on it all from Biotechnica.
Meanwhile, are you bagging up Zigzag?
Zigzag, I'm not going to put in a bag yet. I might need his arm, right? He's got he's got his Mandalorian arms. I don't want to fuck with that yet. But when we go to surgery, when I start putting these implants in, yes, I don't want him to know about the add-ons yet. I want it to be a surprise.
Got it. So basically, he wakes up and he's fully kitted. I love it.
Correct.
Okay. So
to your new addiction.
the food's not bad, despite having been kind of transported across Night City, left out for a little while, a couple minutes, and then brought back right back across Night City to be cooked again. Still not bad. Probably the best kind of pre-pack you've had in a while, Zigzag. Even despite the fact that your throat feels like absolutely Satan's asshole. The two of you get, by just fine on that. About an hour passes, and there's a knock on the door.
Are you expecting company?
Or Jace.
Open the door, and it's not Jace. It's some blonde-headed woman in a Biotechnica outfit, kind of uniform, standard. She's got a bag. She drops it onto the floor in front of you. Jay sends his regards, and she heads away.
I'd wink at her.
She doesn't seem familiar, and then you get a text at about the same time that says, "Sorry, I couldn't be there myself. Business, but I was able to move the product. Hopefully, Lilith got it to you."
Jace, let me know if you need anything.
No problem. And yeah.
We're going to surgery.
Okay. If you're bagging and tagging, getting ready for that, there's a knock at your door, Shaker.
Poof.
Dives out the window.
Yeah, really. Is there like an eye, like?
Yeah, you'd be able to. It's more of a camera system, but yeah, you'd be able to view the
What do I
person
see?
outside.
Who
It's
is
like the ring setup. It's a Valentino guy, fellow you know as Pachu.
Okay, I would open up and
He goes,
greet him.
"Hey man, some lady is asking around about you. She's she doesn't know you're in the building or nothing, but she was over at El Cayericoa, and she was asking about a guy named Shaker.
What's she look like?
All black, man. Black hair, black outfit. Someone you want finding you, or someone you don't?"
No, I don't want her to find me. So I would say good work.
Well, you're paying the Primo Protection Fund right now, so you want us to deal with her or what?
She's pretty serious.
I mean,
Maybe.
we can probably fucking deal with her. She's in our fucking neighborhood, man.
Well, she is trouble.
You would know that the way he replied in that. Make a streetwise roll, actually.
Okay, so he's asking for my money. I understand.
No. You're already giving him enough money for him to deal with the problem, is what he's saying.
Okay, yeah.
But what he's saying,
Wait, I'm trying to find streetwise.
social.
15.
You would know that basically saying that they can't deal with her is an insult to the Valentino's pride.
Yeah. Sorry. So yeah, that'd be bad. You would be in my debt if you dealt with her. and I would give him another 100 eddies right there.
All right. Well, he kind of smiles at you. I'll see if I can't handle it myself. He smacks the city hunter he's got at his belt and heads off.
This guy's gonna be dead.
All right. Yeah, you go back to dealing with the security people. They say they can get it installed tomorrow morning.
How much is something like that?
Whatever the prices in the book are.
It doesn't say.
Share the prices. I forgot what page I told you.
215 is the electrical flooring description.
Hmm. I'd say probably 5,000.
5,000. Okay, I'm gonna pay for it, and I know she's gonna get around it.
Yeah, it would be for the defended area, which would basically be the whole of your apartment with the exception of your bedroom.
Yeah, I'm imagining it's just basically 2 rooms, right?
Yeah, bedroom. It's basically you're literally living in V's apartment.
Yeah,
Yeah. You are as generic as they come, sir.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Been called worse.
That said, as you're kind of just chilling out through the rest of the night, having a hard time getting to sleep, kind of focusing on things, trying to keep you distracted, switch on the TV, kind of paying attention. Later in the evening, there's a report on the N54 News. Struggles out at Mega Building 03 as Valentino gang rivalry begins to cause issues with the people on the lower floors. And you would see, basically, as they're kind of reviewing the story, that the guy you just were talking to and a number of other Valentinos apparently were killed. And you can see that a couple of Valentinos are kind of talking to the reporter, saying, "This fucking bitch came in out of nowhere, man! Shot everybody! Shooting them all! Cyber psychos!" And then you see, that should tie in with your future or your later evening report on cyber psychos and how they are causing problems for everyone in Night City, even inside the densest combat zones, such as out here at Mega Building 03. This is Pam Papadopoulos reporting here on the scene. That'll probably come back up in the future. I'm writing it down.
Nice.
Yeah, you're just kind of trying to focus in, but you would know that there apparently was a bit of an exchange of firepower just outside the Mega Building.
Okay, I hope the other Valentinos know of the deal and are still working on it.
You would know that she is affiliated with a pretty decent-sized gang herself, so if she's willing to draw weight and thinks that you're having gang protection with Valentinos, this could get pretty fucking ugly right here at your doorstep.
I'm gonna
Electronic,
have to find a new place to live.
electrical flooring, be damned.
We'll
That's
save the electrical flooring for my new apartment.
that's it. I think I've got everyone wrapped up to a point where we can continue into the next session. Does anybody have anything else? Oh, sorry. Salt, you would basically be able to monitor the situation. The dealership says since you just purchased the vehicle and their insurance is covering the repairs, they're going to give you out a loaner for the time being. And the loaner that they give you isn't that bad. It is a it would be Mizutani Shion, older model Shion, but it's a sports car. It's not like the one that you had. This is a 2-seater, but very fast looking. Actually, it's got seats in the back, but they're like very no one's gonna be comfortable in that back seat. If you push the front seats forward enough, you could sleep in it, but it's not going to be the greatest place living wise.
I'll have to
Roll this
find somewhere to
surgery.
crash. Wait, pardon?
Yeah, Give me the surgery roll.
I'm gonna burn all 4 luck.
Okay.
It's all in, baby.
All
Let's
right.
see that humanity. Let's see what cybernetics do to you.
He rolls it, not you.
No, I want him to roll it.
How many
There's
dice
a
does he need to roll?
fuck ton. Let me look real quick. So for
It's
cyber, I-
8d8 and then 2d8 divided by 2 each. So I'll roll
D6?
8 or d6. Sorry, yeah. 8d6 straight up.
Go.
let's see.
Not bad. That's not
Oh
bad.
boy. Oh boy.
That's not bad.
2 5s and a 6.
That's not bad. It could have been a lot worse.
So that divided by 2.
So when he said 8d6, my brain went to fireball damage. I literally knew the exact amounts that were good and bad. 27 is literally average, so not bad. 5 and 3, those are halved, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Take your hit
So
point.
is it half rounded up,
Half rounded down.
half rounded down?
Yeah.
So that's what, 2 and
1.
1?
Yeah. So 30 total. So it's 3 empathy off the top.
Welcome to the real world.
Hey, I'm at 37. I'm still okay.
Yeah. But yeah, is there, you said 4 hours. Is there a recovery period for,
Dude, I rolled 27,
Oh.
31.
he's got a bunch of hit point damage. He's going to have to recover from that.
Yeah.
Can I put that in the surge? I mean, literally, I'm putting an audio vox in his throat.
Yeah. I would,
Literally patching it all up.
I would say that, if you throw a quick heal into him,
Yeah, sure.
he'll be
Oh, you
done.
mean like a medial?
Uh-huh. He'll be done in,
Sure.
He'll be back to full in a day. So literally the next afternoon he'll be back to consciousness and fair to go. But yeah, we had a cutoff time of 9:30 tonight. We're pretty close to it, and I think we've wound everyone down to a pretty good point. What we'll do is we'll pick up next session at about midday. The morning is going to be uneventful. Shaker probably only got to sleep like 4 or 5 hours ago. And Salt, you've been tossing and turning in your very narrow, not exactly as spacious and comfortable as your backseat. But hey, good point of order. You could always just drive back to, or you could just go get your old car. It does have a trace around it.
Yeah, I'll stop by and clean out all my personals that were with no personal identification on them, the ones I left behind.
So you're going to your car to go clear it out?
Yeah, I'll clear it out. And then,
Make a perception roll.
I'm probably gonna tip myself off here.
No, it's not that.
Roll 20.
You kind of cautiously go, okay, she was at that car for a while. I'm going to check it out. And you realize that the car doors have been wired to an explosive device on the bottom side of the vehicle. So you just smash out the windows of the car and take your shit and just leave it. But you know if you open those doors, pop goes the weasel. With like about 3 sticks of butter on the bottom of that vehicle, which if you're not familiar with the term, is C6, very explosive.
I wish I knew how to do explosives. I could take them apart and use them, but I don't.
If you want to roll demolitions, I think it is, then you can. But I don't know if that's gonna be too smart.
I don't know, man. This is bad. Hey, baby. Maybe let's try to patch things up. Let's start over. I was wrong.
You've got everything I want.
Oh, man.
No, she just wants you dead.
I know.
Oh man. Okay, well, that's where we're gonna end it. Next session should be good. Thanks for watching, and have a great evening.
Everybody got hurt, but the Shaker said he got hurt inside. Inside his heart.
Literally, everybody got their well, Tark didn't get shot. Yeah. Well, yeah, you got to watch as your current lover got his ass shot and beat. How'd that make you feel?
Pretty man.
Well, that's fair.
I was thinking about aim shot to the head, but that would have been really bad idea.
Well, you can hunt her down. We'll see how it goes. I will keep the forum open. I'm going to go ahead and kill the stream. Thanks for watching.